June's out here popping off on social media, and right now there's more drama going on social media with Mama June than there's been this whole season of Mama June. So we have June, and she is beefing with Josh's current girlfriend, Brianna, which is kind of crazy to me because I thought they were on good terms. She was literally just promoting Brianna's wax melt business just a few weeks ago. It all started apparently when this blogger ended up posting on their TikTok, and they said, spoilers, Josh did drugs with Gino and her, talking about Mama June. He had lots of affairs, and she even talks bad about Brianna in her live, and she said next week that Josh will no longer be on the show, which I believe that because he was just saying in a TikTok live like a week or two ago that he was done with the show and he tried to ride the gravy train as long as he could. But she goes on to say, she said that Brianna cheated on her boyfriend with Josh, and she's going to tell it all. Watch all the clips. And somehow after this got posted, June was convinced that Brianna was the one spilling tea to this blog. Brianna clapped back and she's like, no, from the sounds of it, it sounds like you're the one out here talking to bloggers. So this is what June had to say, and like I said, we're going to cover Brianna's response. I'm going to try to read what June said the best I can. She sucks at using punctuation. It's like a giant run-on sentence, and sometimes I think because she uses voice to text, she doesn't say things right. So we're going to try to get through this the best we can. So pretty much she is saying that Brianna was trying to tell people that she never sent her number back to her, or sent her number to her on Messenger back in January. So June shared a receipt showing that she's reached out to Brianna before. She said they went to Panama City Beach the first week in October, and they ended up going to the club for the bachelorette party, and she ended up inviting Brianna, even though a lot of people asked her why on earth would she do that to begin with, but she thought it would be a nice gesture. So she took videos of everybody there, and also Brianna took videos that she wanted the video of her and Pumpkin, but I told her that she couldn't post it until after the show aired. I guess Brianna was accusing June of giving the video to production, but she claimed she never gave it to anyone. She said not even the girls have these videos, as you will see below. And then she goes on to say that she didn't have her phone number until she typed her number in her phone. And then she goes on to say that Brianna brought up in one of her recent lives, and she was talking about how she would never do OF, and people were asking her like what she thought about Pumpkin doing OF. June said, well, you sit on your TikTok live over and over again and say that you want to be on OF and that you're concerned Tink or the other kids will find out about you would never do it. But you talked many occasions for hours at a time asking Pumpkin to help you figure out how to make it OF, and you got to you got to buy a house, you got to get a new car and things y'all want. Shit, I'm not knocking the hustle, but you can't say that wouldn't be but asking how to get started. Then she said she didn't appreciate all the theories that Brianna was talking about pertaining to the videos of like her and Pumpkin that got out. And then she said not to listen to this girl named Crystal, who's a blogger, and she's been out here spilling stuff on TikTok, and she says that's been her stalker for the past 17 years. But she pretty much just went on to say like, look, I've been nice to you, people told me not to associate with you. And then she ended off the post by saying that before she got with Josh, she was a super fan of Alana, but that's not a big deal. And then someone commented and they said, don't forget that girl that she cheated with also. And June said, well, next week y'all will see who he cheated with too, and it's way worse than Pumpkin in my book. And then she said, what about the many times Josh cheated with multiple women? She said, believe what you want. I have no reason to go back and watch some of season 4 and season 5. That was also one of the reasons that Pumpkin, enough people wanted to put under the bus and dog me out. But they was Donnie, but was also one of the reasons Pumpkin and other people wanted to put me under the bus and dog me out, but they was doing the same shit even after I got clean. So people ain't as innocent as people make them out to be. And I think that's in response to that blogger who posted and claimed that Josh was allegedly getting high with June and Gino too. Then someone commented and said, what was the ultimate betrayal between Jessica and Pumpkin? And June said, you'll see Friday. It's been something that she's been silent about for over 2 years. And you know, this past season has just been so damn boring in my opinion. We could have brought up some of this messy drama they're bringing up on social media between Brianna and June, or Pumpkin and Josh's infidelity. Like, why are we leaving this off the TV screens? But it sounds like they're kind of protecting each other. But now that there's beef, nobody's safe. And then Brianna clapped back. She tagged June and she said, you know the crazy part? I didn't have these messages on my end. And yes, I know messages can be deleted. But what's weird is in the third picture, I don't know whose number that is, it says read. Well, on my number, it shows delivered, so I still don't know if the first numbers are correct. And I mean, to me, like, this whole number back and forth, like, oh, she said she didn't give me her number, I gave her my number. It's not that big of a deal. I guess Brianna even asked June to airdrop some, I guess, videos or pictures they took together. And I guess June was like, okay, I'll airdrop them to you. And they never came through. So she just gave up at that point. And she said, and I don't talk to that T page or any of them for that matter. The only reason that I brought her up on my live was because I wanted her to tell me what the hell was going on, since everyone kept coming in and telling me the same thing. Even that T page said she had no idea what you were talking about, though granted that T page can't really be trusted. Not to mention I had to really see the screen recording of your live to see what video that they were talking about, and still that's the only way I can see the video because I don't have it. And that's not the type of video I would ever post or send out. Yes, I considered the whole OF idea at one point, but I never went through with it because that's not something that I want my family to see. And to be clear, I've never said anything bad about Pumpkin doing it. Then Brianna shared a screenshot of her messages from back in October when June claimed that she sent this video to Brianna of her and Pumpkin. And Brianna shows that she has no messages from June at all. And she shows the messages that June sent. And like she said, it shows that one was read and one was delivered. But Brianna claims she never got it on her end. So Brianna's starting to think, okay, June, you were the only one with the video. So how else did it get out? But that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. I'm very curious to see what ends up happening in this season finale that June's talking about, and what other explosive tea that they're going to talk about. I haven't really been keeping up with their TikTok lives because their TikTok lives, I'm going to be honest, I just can't get into them because usually it's just like a TikTok battle where they're like, okay, send a galaxy, send a galaxy. And after about 2 minutes, that shit drives me crazy and I'm over it. Like, if they're going to be spilling tea the whole video, then I think that's interesting. If they spilled any interesting tea in any recent videos besides like what they're talking about here, definitely let me know. I'm going to try to tune in after this season finale and see if they spill anything juicy on TikTok. But it seems like every time I tune in, it's like they're not really ever talking about much. But that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below.